Tommy Rex, and you're listening to today's Boondoggle.
This is Mark Metcalf, and you are listening to today's Boondoggle with Bailey on Domain Cleveland Radio.
You are listening to today's Boondoggle with Bailey on Domain Cleveland Radio. Yes, Kato Kalin listens to this all the time.
Welcome to today's Boondoggle. Now, here's your host.
I am Monty Heath.
Can I graduate? Can I unpopular? I'm gonna give you 100%. I've been crawling in the dark, looking for the answer.
What's going on, everybody? It's Bill Bailey with today's Boondoggle, and there's just not a couple remnants here. We got the whole freaking enchilada, I guess, right? All the remnants of the remnants on here. What's going on, guys? How you doing?
What's good?
What's happening?
How's it going?
Good, man. Good. It was nice talking weather with you, doing a home inspection with Paul, figuring out Andrew's technical difficulties. Yeah, it's a good time, man. But yeah, usually when I have people on for the first time, I like to go back even before, I'm much older than you guys, so I don't know if you grew up on screens, but maybe before screens. Do you remember what you originally wanted to be when you grew up?
Firefighter.
Pilot. Firefighter or farmer.
Nice.
I wanted to be
Carlos?
a musician from day one.
Day one.
Yeah, I somehow took a wrong turn and I'm now a scientist, but that worked itself out, I guess.
And what about you, Andrew?
Man, I never really had any idea.
He doesn't dream of labor.
Kind of drawing a blank
Doesn't
on
have a
that
great
one.
job.
Just been going with the flow a little bit. Jack of all trades.
Just still trying to grow up, huh?
Yeah.
I feel you. And then, like, going back now, Carlos said since birth he wanted to be a musician pretty much. When was it that you guys heard music for the first time? What was played around the house as you were growing up?
Oh man, for me, I grew up in Venezuela, so
The
I
Carpenters.
had a lot of weird stuff. But rock and roll ended up in my life some way or another. My brothers were pretty big grunge heads, so that led me to Metallica, which led me to much, much heavier things, and that's where I'm at today, playing with these heavy hitters right here.
Mine was church music. My dad would play a lot of acoustic church gospel stuff. I really like that.
Rory, you're a little quiet. You got some volume? You could turn up a little bit?
Is this better right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, my AC unit's going off in the back because it's hot in here. No, I said like acoustic gospel, like church music. That's what I was first really hearing around the house. I didn't like it too much, but that's what kind of introduced me to acoustic guitar playing and things like that.
I'm noticing your shelf in the background too, and that will come into play later before we wrap up here. And then, Aaron, what about you?
I don't know. I mean, my family wasn't too musical, I guess. I was just kind of the rebel of the group, and I mean, heavier the better. So, just started deep diving into music and playing guitar, and it's all downhill from there.
Gotcha. How about you, Andrew?
Man, I grew up listening to like the Carpenters, Whitney Houston, stuff like that.
Yeah.
My mom was big into that, things with a lot of harmony. So
Gotcha.
that's what I grew up listening to.
How about you, Paul? I don't think you said anything yet.
Yeah, no, I grew up around a lot of classic rock. I mean, my mom was a really big Journey fan. My aunt listened to Aerosmith. My grandma was a big Elvis person. My dad was the metalhead. I grew up around like Metallica, Iron Maiden. Queen was one of the really big ones. Everyone in the family really loved Queen, so that was kind of the band that started it all for me.
Gotcha.
I want to
And
add
then-
to my answer. I forgot NSYNC, hands down. First tape I ever bought with my allowance money from Walmart. I got like $5. My dad was like, "What do you want to do?" I was like, "NSYNC, Walmart." I got it. Best album ever. Love it.
Nice. And now look at this. It looks like a boy band lineup here, you know?
It does.
So you're living your dream. And then like when was it that you guys like started, you knew you were going to start like wanting to pursue music and picking up instruments and going after your craft? Who was the one that kind of influenced that?
I'll say Queen for me. When I was a kid, we had Live at Wembley on VHS, and watching Freddie Mercury perform was kind of one of those things that made me want to be a performer. And then one of the first albums I bought was Meteora by Linkin Park. And that was a really big game changer. That kind of was like, wow, I wanna do this.
Yeah, mine was Linkin Park too. I remember sitting by the radio waiting for K-Rock to play One Step Closer, and then what really did it for me was when I was either 11 or 12, I met Chester Bennington and Mike Shinoda at the mall in New Jersey because they were I was going to Ozfest, and I guess they were shopping at the mall before then, and they signed my shoes.
Nice.
Yeah.
You still got those?
I don't. I was a skater boy, and I got them signed. I wore them to school, showed them off, and I skateboarded in them, and I wasn't using my head at that point in time.
Damn.
Mistake.
Big mistake. I was 12. Big mistake.
All right. What about the rest of the guys? The bottom squares. I don't know if you guys can see the order.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got the order. I did think I would have to say it was actually my brother that got me into playing music. He was like a teenager and in the 80s, and he was very big into metal, very big into grunge when that started coming out. So he was very big into guitar centric music, and he just like filled my brain with that when I was a little kid. And one day he was just like, "Hey man, did you ever want to learn how to play guitar? Let me know. And I can't teach you, but I can buy you one and you can figure it out." And that led to that. And then 20 odd years later, I'm here. More than 20 odd years. Damn. Oh, I'm old. Getting old.
Nice. He bought you your guitar, huh? That's sweet.
Yeah. He was my biggest fan from the beginning, and to this day, he'll still, every time we post something, he'll send me something. You're like, "Hey, I saw the new single. It sounds great. Hell yeah." You know.
Nice. So he had no like clue. You didn't show any like I want to play guitar. He just kind of bought it for you.
I was always a little bit musical as a kid, and we had an acoustic guitar that my parents had from when they were young, and he seen me doodling around on it every once in a while, and he programmed me basically at an early age to just love music, and I picked up guitar, and next thing I know, I ended up picking up a bass and haven't let it down since then.
What about you, Aaron?
My mom brought home this, I mean, I don't even know what it was like handmade electric guitar when I was probably about 12 or 13. And I just doodled around on that. I took some lessons until I was probably 15, 16. And a buddy of mine had a drum set, and we just started jamming some covers. And my brother was having a party one day, and he took his drum set, and I took my guitar over to my brother's house for this party. We're just going to throw down and play terrible music. And the neighbor actually came over and was like, "Hey, I'm a drummer," and he brought his drum set over. He was an actual drummer. So then I started jamming with him. Felt bad for my buddy, but we formed a band, and then now we're several bands later, and this is it.
What about you, Andrew?
I'm playing drums ever since I was little. When I lived in Chicago, just as a little kid, and then I moved here to Indy and did marching band and started studying music. So that was a big thing. But I mean, the thing that really got me into it was, I don't know, like the classic rock, like AC/DC, stuff like that, Like I said, I grew up listening to a lot of like Whitney Houston, a lot of I guess you'd call it like R&B. But when I kind of matured a little bit and I heard that, the electric guitar, that just blew me away. So that's what led me on that.
So when did Remnants come together for you guys? And how'd you all meet up? All from the same music scene, or?
Yeah, it was roughly the same music scene. A few of us have known each other for, quite some time. Me and Aaron have known each other a long time. We've been in a couple other projects, but yeah, Remnants right now, it's probably four years old, something like that. 5.
Oh, 4 or 5, yeah.
Going on. I mean, it was something else prior to that, but yeah, as a collective, as what it is right now, it's probably going on a solid 4 years now. So
Nice. So are you guys, are you two the founders and then everybody else came on board, or how? Tell me the evolution story here.
Yeah. So I formed a different band before this, and then kind of needed a drummer, and went to Andy and was like, "Hey, you're going to drum for me." And he said no. And then he said, "Fine, I'll stick on for an album." And now he's still here.
And then how did the rest of the guys come on board?
Andy messaged me back in December asking if I was still part of another band that I was in. And things were kind of shaky at the time. Andy just kind of reached out and was like, "Hey, man, you can do this song." Just so happened to be Games. And I ran the song, turned it back to him in a day, and came on board in December. And it's kind of just been history from there.
Yeah, Andy got a hold of me. We have been talking. Andy, I don't know if you even remember this, but I've known Andy for probably over 10 years. Because he was in a band called By the Shores of Acheron, I think it was. Was that what it was called?
yeah.
It was, yeah, okay. So we've known each other, but we've never actually been in a band together. I was actually starting up a project with Paul, and then Paul left me and went with Andy, and then me and Andy started chit-chatting about playing guitar and stuff, and then went over there. I met Aaron. I thought Aaron was a pretty cool guy. They asked me to step up in the guitar position. I said yes.
Well, you, Carlos?
Well, I'm the odd duck here. I moved up to Indy for work in November, December of last year. And it had to have been my second weekend up here. I chose out to go to a bar, had a couple drinks, and one of Paul's former bands was playing a show, and they were playing without a bass player. So after a little bit of liquid courage, I went up and I told them, "Hey, you guys really need a bass player." Paul said, "Yeah, we do." And it was a couple weeks later, he messaged me and he's like, "Hey man, I know we told you we needed a bass player, but this other project needs one too. How are you down?" And one phone call later, I showed up. The the remnants that existed was a fan of my work as I was playing it there. They saw that I could keep up, so they said, "Thumbs up, you're the guy. Come on." Now I'm here.
Nice. I'm always curious about band names too, like who came up with Remnants?
That's debatable right now.
You can tell him. I mean, we'll argue back and forth. We'll say it was Andy and I.
I had no part in that. So
What inspired you guys to pick that name, or whoever?
Yeah, like a single word is what that was the idea, was just a single word at that time. And I mean, we were hashing out quite a few ideas, but that's basically where it all boiled down to.
Yeah,
They
just
made a
a
list.
single
They made a
words
list.
out of the dictionary.
Yeah, they made a list, and all the good ones were taken, so that was what was left. Remnants.
Fitting, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Some remnants left. Now I was going through your catalog. Now is this? I mean, as Remnants came together, has everybody been a part of since it's been Remnants? Everybody in the squares here, or no?
No.
Okay.
Me and Aaron were like the only original members, and the newest ones are the other three, but previously we had a different vocalist. We went another direction with that, and then also while everything was being formulated, a different bassist and a different rhythm guitarist, but the progression and the direction we were going with how busy we were getting wasn't fit. So we kind of made adjustments on that front, and now the lineup you see is the lineup we have with all of our current material and all of our upcoming material, which I'm happy to say fits, the shoe fits very well right now.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I had you guys on shuffle, and I was out at the gym earlier today, and I'm gonna just there's a couple songs that really caught my ear, and I'm gonna throw them out there. And if it's this current version, or obviously Andrew and Aaron were a part of every version of Remnants, you guys can tell me a little bit about the song, or whoever participated in that one. But the Nothing. Tell me about the Nothing. I like that.
Yeah, that's one of the last. I think that's the last song that was written before we kind of reformulated. And I mean, I know it's kind of smack dab in the middle of the EPs, but that was kind of a fun one for me on guitar. It kind of just came out on a Saturday, and we refined it together and in the studio a little bit. But I mean, pretty much that was like the fastest I've ever written a full song in my life before. That I know it's kind of simple, but it's also cool. It's got a lot of meaning. It's got we reached out to Andy, you probably remember his name now, for the beat in the first verse. But I don't know, that's a fun one for me. That's a kind of near and dear to the heart a little bit too.
Yeah, it was a fun one to listen to. I enjoyed it. And usually covers are hit and miss, but I really liked your guys' cover of Korn, Falling Away From Me.
Oh, that's my favorite to play. Oh my gosh.
Now, is that everybody that's here a part of that one?
No.
No?
No, unfortunately
It's
not.
the best to play.
That's our the previous.
Yeah, that was
lineup.
good. I really liked your guys' take on it. But so that was just Aaron and Andrew too then?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But you guys still play it though, the
Yeah.
new right version. All right. Yeah, no, I really dug that as well. you know, some covers is just like, man, some bands just make their living on covers. You're like, all right, you know, that's enough. But no, that was I really enjoyed that one. And then it was more musical. So I mean, this will obviously be like Aaron and Andrew, definitely hopefully a part of this one. But I loved the build up on the Regret. Tell me about writing that or coming up with that.
Yeah, Regret. We made that. That was last minute on the release of our debut album, and that was just an intro to the album, and just something that we wanted to come in, you know, guns a-blazing, and especially when we played it live. But yeah, that also is the previous lineup. It's unfortunate.
Now, was that like would you guys like start the show with that, like kind of build up
Yes.
and then?
Yes.
No, it was cool. I enjoyed that. Now I'm going to get to the current stuff. Don't worry, everybody else will get to play along too. But and hopefully, I don't know. I mean, I was checking out the music video, so I think that was, I don't know, you guys with your tattoos and everything. I don't know who's who, but this one, I was playing the video in bed last night, and my fiance is a firefighter and EMT, and as soon as it opens up, she's just like, "That's exactly how I feel when I go on certain calls." So tell me about C'est La Vie.
Yeah. That's the first. That's one of the first singles with our new lineup right now. Yeah, I really, really, really enjoy that song.
Yeah, it's probably our most fun and enjoyable song that we play so far. That one's a lot of fun live.
Yeah. I was just like sitting there on the laptop watching it, and she was just like, I don't know, reading one of her books, and all of a sudden just that opening, and she's just like looks over at me and she's like, "That's exactly how I feel on certain calls."
Yep. You just kind of say that out loud.
Yeah, pretty much. So tell me about the inspiration for that song, or like the message in there.
It's all you, Paul.
Yeah, that song. I mean, it kind of was like hitting on a lot of pain and stuff, going through basically a really harsh kind of breakup. If you see in the video, there was actually a lot of like symbolism during that. The arguing kind of on the couch and everything, and like me kind of drowning underwater. That was actually really fun to shoot. But basically, it kind of things just slowly eating away at this person until they're about to just completely snap and can't take it.
Nice. And then we'll get to your latest single now, Ben Break. Almost kind of, I guess, could be still going along the same themes there, or tell me about that one.
Yeah, Ben Break was a bit more angry. That one was kind of built up on C'est La Vie as well. That one was more of like things just kind of eating away at you, and like eventually just to the point you break, you snap, and you just kind of lose control.
So it like turns into a Netflix special then sometime down the line, maybe?
Kinda.
And little did they know, Paul would too snap in the band.
So tell me about the not just like that message, but like you guys writing, you know, your the music for that.
What's crazy about like the newer stuff in comparison to the older stuff, you can definitely tell is, you know, we developed a more working team behind us. Our newest EP which Games, C'est La Vie, Ben Break, these singles are off of that upcoming EP, which is coming out in the fall. We've been working with Greg Miller as our producer and getting his hands dirty and with a lot of the material, and that, brings in an outside perspective on, formulating and a lot of the production, and also working with Miles Claiborne from the band Left on Red. He's helped out a lot. So yeah, just the new music right now, it's night and day in comparison to any of the older stuff that's in our catalog right now. And yeah, I couldn't be happier with the way everything's being formulated out and the team we have working behind us. So yeah, I really, really, really enjoy it.
Now, I think, Paul, you said you're right now like looking at an apartment with your significant other right now, right?
Yeah, we're sitting in the car now.
And so I don't want the conversation to get uncomfortable talking about all this, the inspiration behind all this writing, but I see a theme with games as well, sounded like you had a rough go. I'm sure that's a previous.
He wrote all of those before this relationship. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
yeah.
They're doing well.
Yeah. No, I know. It sounds like the previous, was pretty rough, huh?
Yeah, we've all probably been through one or two of those in our lives. We all kind of have those things. And Ben Break, I wouldn't really say was necessarily like breakup material. It was just kind of someone going through a darkness, whether that is a breakup or something else or some other form of trauma, and kind of just being pushed to that breaking point. I listened to the instrumental, and that's typically how I write. I kind of will listen to something, get a flow of things, feel the emotions that I feel through the instrumental, and kind of write to that emotion, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Now, so I forgot. What did you guys say? How long has this current version now been active?
Probably almost
totally since
like
January. Yes, I'd
Really?
say January.
And all this new EP's been, you guys have been working on it since January, huh? Wow.
Yep.
Like it, man. Now, you guys are out there in Indy, you said. What's the scene been like out there for you guys playing out?
It's been good. We have a lot of good support here. So all of our local fans here are, amazing. Always a good turnout. And, we try to play in Indy as much as, we can, but we're also, we've been on 2 tours here, 2 co-headlining tours over the past year, and we're kind of stretching out. So we don't want to bottleneck it. So
Where have you guys made it out to Ohio? I thought I seen something.
yes, our first tour we did, we started in Akron, and then we shot over to, or it was up in Fort Wayne, shot over to Akron, then around the Columbus area, Dayton area, and then shot down to Cincinnati, ended it in Louisville. And then that was the first tour in the fall. And then this past tour, which was in the spring, we started out in...
We did Indy, Fort
I don't
Wayne.
remember where all we went. Aaron, take the helm on that one.
Paul's got it.
I got it. Yeah, it was Indianapolis was where we started, then Fort Wayne, Akron, Niagara Falls, Syracuse, then we went to Allentown, Pennsylvania, and Youngstown, Ohio was our last show.
Nice. No Cleveland dates yet. You guys haven't been in Cleveland area yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, we got to make that happen. Got to make that happen, because I definitely, like I said, I want to experience the Remnants live. Now, I also saw, I think you guys have been kind of working with Core Collective and Mike Hayes and them.
Yeah, Mikey is currently our manager, and we're on their roster. So they've been helping us a lot in the background scenes on a lot of things. So we have a couple festivals lined up here coming up. Yeah, just helping with the PR, all the stuff that, you know, doing it like DIY. It's hard. It really is hard when you're trying to focus on one thing, but you have, you know, 12 other boxes that need to be checked. You can't juggle it all. So being a part of that team, it really is good. Helps us out a lot.
Yeah, Mike's good people, man. He definitely knows how to hustle in this world, you know, and that's what it takes. You know, I've had him on the podcast. I formed a friendship with him, and actually, like Shauna, is the one how I got connected with you guys for this interview. But not too long after I already had it scheduled, because I know he works with Shauna too. Mikey texted me. He's like, "Hey man, I got some bands I'd like you to get on your show," and you guys are one of them. And yeah, I was like all about it, man. Fight from Within. I love you know what they do. Hopefully you guys can. Have you guys toured with them yet?
No, but every time they come through here, I think this will be, I think the fourth, or I think it's around the third or fourth time. Every time they come through Indy, we always play with them. So we kind of have that good relationship. So,
Nice. Now, you kind of, I don't know if you're allowed to say yet. You kind of mentioned maybe some festivals on the horizon. Are you allowed to talk about which ones you guys are
being announced? Yeah, one's being announced now in Wapakoneta, Ohio, festival. The lineup is it's been announced, but the lineup is still being released. It's being released daily. So I think they still have a few more bands to announce that are on it, but that's out there. And then,
yeah, I just had Who They Fear on earlier today too, and they're on that. So that's the first time I ever heard of Wapa, Ohio. You know, and I've been in Cleveland most of my life. So I was like,
yeah.
He started asking me about that. I was like, I never heard of it, but I guess there's a festival there. I might have to go check out now. And then you said there's another one, or that one's still under wraps?
Yeah, one more, and I gotta leave it at that right now. It hasn't been. I haven't been given the green light to even talk about it yet. So
I feel you. We don't want to fuck that up for you guys. Don't want to blow the load too quick, you know. We just edge the audience a little bit. But what? Other than that, what do you guys got? You know, what the EP? Do you know? Like, do you have a release date for that yet?
Release on the EP in a perfect world, I would like to have that out before Halloween.
And Andrew, you're kind of getting like, I don't know. Do you guys hear that too? He's kind of getting like,
Yeah, you get wobbly there.
robotic a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah,
let me bounce out.
Yeah. So, all right, step up, Aaron. Talk to us, your other co-founder.
What was the question? Sorry.
The EP. What?
Release.
Oh, the EP. Yeah. Fall. There's not really a date set yet. I think he was saying he wants it out before or around Halloween, which would be a really sweet date. So really close to Halloween. We'll say that.
And then was there? All right, talk to us, Andrew. What do you got?
We good?
Yep.
Yeah. You sound
normal.
Yeah.
I
So
kind of miss your robot voice.
is
I'm not gonna
the
lie.
EP?
I'm gonna be 100% transparent. I was only able to hear half of you guys talking, so hopefully I didn't blow my cover on that one. I was really trying to keep the interview going with bouncing off of other people's like answers and whatnot. I was like, I'm not trying not to answer as much as I can because I can't tell
You
who's
you
answering
you
what.
could have said nothing. You could have
Yeah.
said nothing and
Yeah.
gotten away with it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I can hear
exactly.
I can
Well
hear I
played.
can hear everybody
No-
now, so we're good.
Okay.
That's what you're supposed to do on stage. When you fuck up, you're not supposed to let the audience know, and now you just blew it.
Oh,
So, all right.
we
Yeah,
don't.
but
We,
no.
yeah, we try.
Rule number 1.
I'll just bust your balls. But so the EP, is there more to come, or is everything?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We have one more single that's gonna be released on the EP. The most I can say is it's featuring a band that hails from your city. But that's it. That's all I got. That's all I can give you. And then upon the release of the EP, there will be one unreleased song on there. Grand total, it will have 6 songs on the EP. So yeah, we're really excited about it.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty excited too. Like I said, I mean, I ain't just blowing smoke. I really liked what I was listening to, even the older stuff previous. Whatever. It sounded great. I have a buddy of mine that was did some acting in Hollywood, and he's a personal trainer and stuff, and big metalhead fan, and he's been sending me workouts, and I just had Phil from All That Remains on the show, and that kind of went a little viral, on the rock news sites. So I'm just glad they spelled my name right and the podcast name right.
There
But
you go.
but me and him were talking. My trainer friend were talking, and he was like, "Okay, it's what I listen to," and I'm like, "Dude, check out Remnants. Check it out. You want to get that extra pump? You guys got good stuff." So I'm plugging you with other people out there. Just to let you know. But
Oh yeah, appreciate that.
yeah, no problem, man. Like I said, hoping I get to experience it live here in Cleveland at some point. Now, you're looking at Halloween. You're saying about Halloween to release this around that time frame. You think?
Yeah, it'll be around October.
It's
Okay.
definitely going to be a treat, not a trick.
And then
Man, we're coming to Cleveland, dude. I'm just gonna lay it out there. We're
right.
coming to Cleveland in September. That's all I can say. So
all right. Sounds good. I'll be paying attention. To that.
that's all I can say on that.
Andy let the cat out the bag.
Hey, I just added a pinpoint, so that's it.
Wow.
You heard it
Okay.
here first.
All right. I'm thinking Globe Iron, maybe that venue. I don't know. But anyway, we'll leave it at that. Now, other than that show with the release, any other support dates to support the EP release?
Just what's been announced right now. We have a couple things cooking right now, and another tour in the fall that's currently be plotted. So as far as where, that's all in the mix right now. But yeah, we're jam packed all the way until October.
Beginning of December.
Yeah, all the way up until October, and then around November is when we will be hitting the road again. I think we're forecasting a 2-week run. And December, we always host a Nightmare Before Christmas show here in Indy, and this will be the fourth one. And every one it gets better and better and better and better. So I'm working on the lineup with that right now. I mean, last year we had some local guys from your neck of the woods, Midwinter. They came out and headlined. That was a good time. And we're gonna try and make it bigger and better this year. So, and we do a
Nice.
charity with Toys for Tots. So, what's so cool about that is anyone who comes to the show and just donates any toy, it doesn't matter really what it is. It could be just a little Hot Wheels, an unopened Hot Wheels package. And, we have a huge bin for Toys for Tots. And when you donate that, you're automatically given a raffle ticket. And every band that is on the bill for that night donates a piece of merch into a giveaway box. And with that raffle, you get your name called and you get the box. Free merch from all the bands. So it goes over really well.
And then do you get to do like a Brad Pitt impersonation from Seven and be like, "What's in the box? What's in the box?"
Yeah.
I love that movie. I love that movie.
Nice. Well, before we get ready to wrap up, then I want to ask you guys a couple questions that I normally ask my guests that I have on here. Everybody kind of talked about like your early influences to get into music, but who are your top 3 artists that you're listening to today?
Oof. Paul, you want to start that off?
Oh God, yeah, I knew that was coming.
And you
I've
still
always got to
didn't
give
press,
credit to Eminence. Eminence is absolutely amazing. I can't stop listening to that band. I remember I stumbled upon them with Temptation and just seeing Eddie Berg, violin, and metal. I didn't know it was a combination I needed until I had it. Polaris, definitely. Anything that band puts out is gold. Incredibly talented musicians. And oh man, the third one is a toss-up between 2. Can I do that? Currents and Architects. Currents is fantastic. They're from my home state, so I got to represent and support those guys. And then Architects, I mean, I'm a massive Architects fan. I think their latest album was a masterpiece. So, yeah, I'd probably say that's my 4.
Nice. All right, Rory, you ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Motionless in White. They're just an amazing band to me. Motionless in White, Almighty Korn, always, and probably Breaking Benjamin. Man, I don't think they've ever made a bad song.
All right, scientist, we need to. We haven't heard a lot from you. Tell us what you got.
I mean, influences go from here to there. I can tell you the last couple things I've been listening to that have really like flavored what I've been doing. One's going to be that new Neurosis album, Undying Love for a Simple World or something like that. Beautiful, absolutely destructive. The Ocean, a band from Germany. They used to be called the Ocean Collective. They have like the best rhythms for any prog metal band out there. Definitely worth checking them out. And I've been listening to a lot of Doechii lately, and Megan Thee Stallion, and pretty much anything that's like femme power rap right now is like really good on my plate. Let's go.
I knew we could count on you. Throw us some curveballs in there, man. Were you into Voivod at all?
I love Voivod. One of my previous bands got compared to Voivod often. It was a death metal band from Florida called Plasmodulated. Definitely
Nice.
Same vibes, same feels. So
Nice. Yeah, I just had I don't know how you say it, Michel, whatever. They're French.
Yeah.
On talking about the
Mikhail.
the live. Yeah. The one with the new album with the symphony in the back or orchestra.
Oh,
Pretty
beautiful.
sick, man. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Beautiful stuff.
All right, Aaron, you're up.
Hate to take from Paul, but I've Currents and Polaris for sure. And then I'm gonna go older Wage War and newer Downswing. I feel like Downswing has taken over where I wish Wage War would have just stayed on that course. I love their newer stuff too, but I mean, it's like they got to the river and then Downswing just picked up where that sound should just be. So, yeah, I guess those are my four.
Good pick.
Nice.
I'm surprised.
All right, Andrew.
Man, I'm gonna keep it local. I mean, this band, they just watching these guys progress and come up. I mean, they swing for the fences, and it's out of the park every time. So, shout out to Cold State. Love them, love them. I mean, I listen to them probably on a daily basis. So, yeah, they're big in my book. So.
All right, just them then.
I mean, then three. Aaron pretty much nailed it, along with Paul Currents. I mean, Chris Wiseman, that dude, what he writes is just unbelievable. It's one of the few bands where you can just pop on an album, and 45 minutes goes by and the album's over, and you didn't even realize it. I mean, you zoned right into the whole album. There's never a bad track. So, shout out to the guys from Currents. I mean, they never miss. I mean, just the way the singing, the harmonies, the guitar work, everything just comes to an alignment. They're a big influence.
Gotcha. And then what class do you guys feel should be mandatory before graduating high school today?
Finances.
Social media, the way the world's turning right now.
Yeah. Current
Unfortunately, yeah, you don't want to get left behind with anything like that. And I have kids. I mean, one of them's graduated high school, the other one's in high school, and I have younger ones, and it's something you need to know to stay up to date with the times.
Gotcha. I heard Rory. He said the number one answer I always get though: finances and taxes. Man, that
I took business math, and I took some other tax related classes in high school in my first 2 years of college, and I'm still not good at it, but I feel like it was worth learning.
Yeah, for sure. And then who are three people who, and we'll start with you, Paul, three people who've inspired you and you can credit for making you the person you are today?
Oh man. One, I probably got to throw out my dad. Of course, my dad taught me a lot of things growing up. Then secondly, I've always got to fall back on Freddie Mercury. I mean, without him, I don't think I would be even half the musician I think I am. Seeing him as a performer, the dude's just an absolute god in his realm. And my last person, I got to go back to family and say my grandmother. She inspired me to do a lot of things when I wanted to quit and give up. She was always there to kind of keep pushing me and kind of remind me of like who I was. So I've always got to give her credit.
All right, how about you, Rory?
I'm gonna go with family too. I'm gonna say my grandpa, because he was the first one that gave me a guitar, and he was really hard on me about it, and I wanted to prove him wrong. And He's 80, I think he's 85, and he's been to a lot of my shows, and he always tells me he's really proud of me for keeping it going. So definitely him. Probably Brian Welch from Korn. I used to see him a lot here in Indiana. I was a manager at Journeys, the shoe store, and he had family here, and he would come in all the time. And obviously, I recognized him. We started talking or whatever. And anytime I've ever seen him there, he would come up to me. We would talk, and he would just give me like the most massive pep talk about like just music and sticking it in there, sticking in with it, and talking about how long it took them to get to where they are and stuff like that. And I think that's really cool. And then my last one would probably be my sons, because they tell their friends that I'm a rock star.
Nice.
So I love that.
All right, Carlos, you're back up.
I'll make it simple. I'm just gonna take all three and lump it to like my good friends. They know who they are, and they have always believed in me, even when I don't believe in myself, which is more often than you'd think. And without them, I wouldn't be here today, and I wouldn't be anywhere near as good, because they told me when I sucked, so I had to get better.
You can't forget your brother too, buying you that guitar.
He falls into that friendship. He's there. Family's there too. They've supported me in ways that no child should ever have to be supported. They support me in many ways. So family gets love too.
Nice. All right, Aaron, unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'd say, my dad, big inspiration. My brother, even though he passed like 15 years ago now, he passed when I was 25. He was older than me by a couple of years. He was 27 or about to be. But I mean, we were super close. And I don't know. I mean, that third one's really hard. I mean, those are big shoes to fill with those first two. So I don't even know.
It's
that.
me.
It's Carlos for sure.
Yeah. Oh, sorry about that loss, man.
Oh, thank you.
All right. What about you, Andrew?
Shout out to John, Aaron's brother. But mine, my mom, she's no longer with us, but yeah, she was a big part. And my dad, and then honestly, my wife, because she is my biggest critic. I mean, I love that about her, especially when it comes down to like the working elements of, the project I'm in right now. Is her advice is I love it. I love it. She doesn't sugarcoat. So, and she comes to all the shows, supports and helps out the most that she can, and yeah, and makes me a better person. So that's my three right there.
Awesome. All right. And this question, I told you we were going to come back to it. Rory, you're starting this one off, because I was checking out your shelves. Favorite toy as a child?
Ooh. As a child, probably anything Masters of the Universe, man. I love Masters of the Universe. That or the Power Rangers, the original. I have a original Megazord from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers from 1990, where it all comes apart and then you can put it back together.
Nice.
I love that. Yeah.
Don't ask him how fast he can take it apart and put it back together.
Oh,
It's
dude,
scary.
so fast. That's one of my favorite things. It's still in a box too. I have one that I got for Christmas when I was younger, but I went to a Comic-Con a couple years ago and I found one that was like $300, unfortunately, but I bought it. And it's in a box right now still.
Nice. What about you, Paul?
Oh man. I'll probably say two.
I had this teddy bear that I had since birth. That thing literally followed me around for the longest time. Couldn't even leave my house without it when I was a kid. And actually, that followed me probably until I was like a little teenager. That thing like literally went everywhere with me. And I think it's a Fisher Price capsule. I think everyone who was a child had one at one point. I just remember the little boulder, and you put it in the cannon, and I would shoot my little brothers with it. And that was the most enjoyable thing in the world, was shooting my younger brothers with this little cannonball.
Nice. All right, Carlos, what do you got?
I too, and I still have this, much like Rory. I still have the teddy bear I had when I was a child that my dad gave to me day I was born. I think he bought it in the hospital. We put the little bracelet you get that they put on the kid on the teddy bear, and I've had that ever since. That I still have it to this day somewhere here. It's never left my side. Although I can leave the house without it, though. We're fine on that end.
All right, good to know. Good to know. I expect to see it in Cleveland with you.
No, it'll be on stage if you need it.
All right, nice.
You're gonna tie it to your base.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron, what about you?
I wasn't ever really big on action figures, but I mean, I'm going to say Nerf guns and big wheels, man.
Nice.
Big wheels.
All right, Andrew.
I'm going to have to say my bike, because
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, at the age I'm at right now, I hate to say I'm fairly old, but you know, when you had your little BMX bicycle, you had the world at the palm of your hand. I mean, you can just go anywhere and do whatever you wanted. And man, do I miss those days. And especially with having kids nowadays where they just want to coop themselves up and, you know, play video games. And it's just like, dude, just go get lost for a little bit. You know, my parents used to have to come out and find me with my group of friends. And I knew I was going to get, you know, you were going to get in some trouble. It's 11 o'clock and they're in their car coming to hunt you down. You know, not saying it was across the town, but damn near across the town. But you were with your group of friends. And I mean, you were unstoppable. I love that. I loved it. That was a big thing to me. Was the bike was a symbol. It was a symbol for, you know, freedom.
Yeah, we're probably similar, close to each other in age, man. And yeah, I remember that too. I've got my fiance is like 20 years younger than me, so she's got younger kids that are growing up with like a screen kind of attached to them, and I'm trying to get, you know, let's get outside and live life in the real world before you're, you know, we're all plugged into the metaverse, you know, let's not rush this thing.
It's like what the mom said in the movie Sandlot, you know, when she was trying to tell him to go out and make friends. Get into trouble. Don't get into too much trouble, but just get into some trouble, you know?
Yeah,
those were the good times.
Like what you were saying, you know, go get lost. Not milk carton lost, but you know, go get lost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna use that one. Milk carton lost.
Milk
That's
carton
good.
lost. You just got to plug the podcast every time you use it. All right.
Any and every time.
I need the help, all the help I can get. Phil got me a little bit on there, but you know, this will be a little less controversial. And then any message you guys have for our military members currently serving overseas?
Ooh, I want to start this one off personally because I'm a veteran. I spent a couple years in the military. I was in the Army as a helicopter mechanic. All the people, I mean, you guys know how it is. Thank all of you. I can't begin to thank my old brothers and sisters enough, especially the people that are still serving. All my veterans fighting the VA, don't give up the good fight. Keep fighting them. We all know the VA sucks. Just remember the words, embrace the suck.
Well, Paul, sounds like I'm going to have you back on the podcast. I'm retired Navy myself, and I like to get veterans on to share their stories, every few episodes. So we'll have to exchange information so I can get you back and get the Army Paul version.
Absolutely. Yeah, sounds like a plan. Let's do it.
Nice. Well, yeah, I mean, I mean, you pretty much said it all. I don't know if anybody wanted to add anything, but
that's it. All
good.
Yeah, the military, man. My dad was in the military for 27 years, and I know it's hard on, like Paul knows, it's hard on you, your family, but yeah, just thank everybody for your service. It's not easy.
Yeah, I mean, you guys serve along with us. I remember when I was on my last deployment. I got two. My daughters are 25 and 22 now, but when I was on my last deployment, my oldest turned 8, and my youngest, I got home in time for her to turn 5. But I missed, my oldest daughter's birthday, and the kind of cool thing happened because at my base, I was in Arifjan in Kuwait, and I did, just to stay busy, off duty, I would volunteer to do security for when the Armed Forces Entertainment came through, and Scott Stapp from Creed came with his solo band at the time and played our bass. So I got to do security for Scott. And, I after the show and after he was done signing autographs, I was talking with him, and I was just like, yo, man, when my daughter was born, Arms Wide Open came out. That song meant the world, and I'm missing her birthday. So he actually let me videotape him singing happy birthday to her, for me. She had no clue who it was. She was like, that's not Justin Bieber, but it meant a lot to me, and it's out there on the interwebs. So it was cool, man. Get that experience. But yeah, they serve along with us, man.
Yeah.
So thank you to all the families that support. But yeah, all right. Well, I think that's about it. For any people out there that might be hearing about Remnants for the first time, want to support you guys, want to see, what other shows you're holding out on us about, when they get announced, where would you send them?
You can find all of our up-to-date info at remnantsband.com, and then all of our social media. As soon as we release it, we plug it, and we just keep at it. So you'll know about it.
Awesome. Well, guys, I appreciate the time, man. It was good talking with you, and look forward to. I'll be checking I'll be checking the scene here in September. Make sure where I'm coming out to meet you guys in person.
Yeah,
Can't wait to meet you, man.
Awesome.
All right.
Look forward to it.
Take care, guys.
Yeah.
All right,
Thanks for
thank you
having
much.
us.
Thanks, man. Bye.
Alright! Listen up! Hold on to your seats! Grab your girls, grab your beers!
Hey everybody, this is Charlie from Anthrax, and you are listening to today's Boondoggle.
This is Mark Metcalf, and you are listening to today's Boondoggle with Bailey on Domain Cleveland Radio.
You're listening to today's Boondoggle with Bailey on Domain Cleveland Radio. Yes, Kato Kalin listens to this all the time.
Welcome to today's Boondoggle. Now here's your host.
I am Monty Heath, so one Heath, and you are listening to today's Boondoggle.
Hey, what's up? It's John from Skillet, and you are listening to today's Boondoggle on Domain